In every corner of the world, there are secrets, stories that exist beyond understanding. Tonight, we uncover three terrifying haunted tales: the ocean that doesn't reflect the sky, the plane where the sky stands still, the black wind corridor. This is episode 141 of Dynamic Dark. Put on your headphones and let the fear begin. Today's first story is The Ocean That Doesn't Reflect the Sky. Six friends, Lucas, Adrian, Matteo, Julian, Sofia, and Elena, take a research vessel into an uncharted ocean zone. At first, it feels normal: calm sea, clear sky, peaceful ride. But then the ocean changes. No waves. No sound. Just a flat, glass-like surface stretching into infinity. Even the wind feels like it stops existing here. Elena notices first. Guys, the reflection is wrong. The ocean is no longer reflecting the sky properly. It's reflecting something darker, something beneath reality. Far ahead, Matteo sees it. Black figures. Standing on the surface of the water. Not floating. Not sinking. Just standing. The boat engine suddenly slows, even though everything is working fine. Julian whispers. They're not coming closer. We are. The black figures shift slightly. And in that moment, they realize the truth. These are not ghosts. They are unfinished black copies of humans, and the ocean is learning from them. As the ship moves deeper into the unknown ocean zone, something begins to feel wrong. The water is no longer behaving naturally. Waves don't flow anymore, they lag, like reality itself is delayed by a second. Every ripple arrives too late or too early. And then, the black figures are closer. Not swimming. Not walking. Just standing on the surface of the ocean like it is solid ground beneath them. Completely still. Watching. A crew member leans over the railing and notices something was. The ocean surface is no longer reflecting the sky above. It is reflecting something else. Something darker. Something that does not belong to this world. And in that reflection, the black figures are no longer distant. They are right behind the ship. Not moving. Just present. Like they were always there. Waiting for the ocean to finish revealing them. The ship captain suddenly notices something horrifying. The ocean is no longer reflecting reality correctly. The crew members standing on the deck are visible above the water. But their reflections are wrong. Some reflections move a fraction too late. Some move too early. As if the ocean cannot decide when to mirror them. Then it gets worse. The black featureless ghosts standing on the surface of the ocean begin to react. But not to the people on the ship. They start reacting to the reflections instead. As if they are copying what the water shows, not what is real. It feels like the ocean is no longer a reflection of the world. It is a separate system. And it is learning. Testing. Studying the crew through broken reflections like it is trying to recreate them in its own way. And the captain realizes. The ocean is not broken. It is rewriting them. The figures finally begin to move. But not toward the ship. They move with the ocean itself. As if the sea is guiding them forward. The water beneath them rises slightly, forming unnatural, invisible platforms with every step. No splash. No ripple. No disturbance at all. The ocean simply accepts them. The black featureless ghosts are now closer. Their forms are not fully solid. Not fully smoke. something in between. Dense shadow shaped like humans, but incomplete, constantly shifting, as if reality cannot hold their shape for long. No faces. No identity. Only voids where something should exist. They do not walk like humans. They glide through the ocean's surface, as if gravity has stopped applying to them. The crew watches in silence. Because now they understand. The ocean is not their environment. It is their pathway. And the ship is the only thing that doesn't belong anymore. The ship's systems begin failing one by one. Not because they are damaged, but because they simply stop existing. The radar goes dark. The navigation screen becomes blank. Even the engine indicators disappear. As if the ocean is slowly removing the rules that allow machines to function. Panic spreads across the crew. And then they see them. The black featureless ghosts are no longer far away. They now surround the ship in a perfect circle. Completely still. Completely silent. Watching. The crew looks into the water and realizes something terrifying. The ocean is no longer reflecting them. Their reflections are gone. Instead, new reflections appear. Perfect copies of the crew standing beneath the surface. Motionless. Waiting. And suddenly everyone understands the truth. The ocean is not observing them anymore. It is copying them. Replacing them. One reflection at a time. And nobody knows which version is still real. The final transmission from the ship is received hours later. But something is wrong. The footage is heavily distorted. No voices. No distress calls. No sign of the crew. Only the ocean remains. Perfectly still. Perfectly silent. The ship is gone. The 6 friends are gone. As if they never existed. Across the endless black surface, tall black featureless ghosts stand evenly spaced in every direction. Motionless. Watching. Like they have always belonged there. The camera continues recording for several seconds. Then, slowly, one of the black ghosts turns toward the lens. Not suddenly. Not aggressively. Just enough to acknowledge it. And in that moment, the ocean finally reflects the sky correctly again. The waves return. The horizon looks normal. Because there is nothing left to distort reality anymore. The ocean has already taken what it wanted. Today's second story is The Plane Where the Sky Stands Still. A group of 6 friends, Nathan, Caleb, Owen, Ryan, Chloe, and Ava, set out to explore a vast open plain that stretches beyond the horizon. There are no trees. No hills. No signs of life. Only endless grass beneath a sky that feels strangely frozen. At first, it seems peaceful. But the moment they step deeper into the plain, something feels wrong. The wind is there. They can hear it. But it doesn't move anything. Not the grass. Not their clothes. Not even a single leaf. It's as if the wind exists without touching the world. The friends begin looking around nervously. The silence feels too heavy. Too aware. And then Ava whispers, "Do you guys feel that?" Nobody answers. Because they all feel it. The terrifying sensation that the plane isn't empty at all. It's watching them. Without blinking. Without moving. And it has been waiting for someone to arrive. Hours pass as Nathan, Caleb, Owen, Ryan, Chloe, and Ava continue crossing the endless plain. But something isn't right. The sky hasn't changed once. The sun remains in the exact same position. The clouds are frozen. Not drifting. Not shifting. Not moving at all. It's as if time has stopped above them. Ryan points toward the horizon. Hasn't the sky looked exactly like that all day? Nobody answers. Because everyone has already noticed it. The plane keeps stretching endlessly forward. Yet the sky remains trapped in an eternal almost sunset. Then Ava slowly looks upward. And immediately stops. Her expression changes. The others follow her gaze. The sky feels wrong. Not lower. Not physically closer. But somehow heavier. Like it is pressing down on the entire world. Watching. Waiting. Holding reality in place. And for the first time, the friends begin to wonder if they're still walking beneath a sky at all. Then they appear. Tall black featureless ghosts standing across the plain. Perfectly still. Perfectly spaced. Not approaching. Not watching. Just there. And somehow, every friend realizes the same terrifying thing. They weren't appearing now. They had been there the entire time. They were only being noticed now. Ghost Ear of Rice. Nathan, Caleb, Owen, Ryan, Chloe, and Ava continue moving across the endless plain. But something is wrong. The farther they walk, the less distance they seem to cover. Every step forward feels incomplete. Like half of it is being taken away. The black featureless ghosts remain scattered across the landscape. Perfectly still. Perfectly silent. They aren't walking. They aren't running. Yet every time the group looks again, the ghosts are closer. Much closer. Ryan turns around to check the horizon. And his face goes pale. The figures behind them have moved too. Not by walking. Not by chasing. Just repositioning. As if space itself is adjusting their locations. The plane no longer feels endless. It feels controlled. And for the first time, the friends realize something terrifying. The ghosts aren't moving through the plane. The plane is moving them. The plane begins to change. Not visibly, but undeniably. Nathan notices the horizon first. It no longer feels distant. It feels closer. Like the entire landscape is slowly folding inward. The frozen sky remains locked in place above them. But now it feels lower. Heavier. As if it's pressing down on the world. The group stops walking. And that's when they see it. The tall black featureless ghosts now form a complete circle around them. Perfectly spaced. Perfectly still. No footsteps. No movement. No sound. Yet somehow, they are everywhere. Ryan slowly turns in place. There is no gap left. No direction to run. No direction to go. And suddenly, a terrifying realization spreads through the group. This isn't a plane. It was never a plane. It's a container. And whatever is inside it was never meant to leave. The group finally stops moving. Not because they are safe, but because there is nowhere left to go. The tall black featureless ghosts remain motionless around them. Still silent. Still watching. As if they were never meant to chase anyone. Only to observe. Only to hold their positions. Minutes pass. Then something impossible happens. The frozen sky moves. Just slightly. Like a single blink after an eternity. The entire plane seems to shudder. Nathan turns toward his friends and immediately freezes. Someone is missing. Not separated. Not hiding. Gone. As if they were never standing there at all. The remaining friends stare at the empty space in silence. And deep down, they understand the truth. The plane was never deciding whether they could leave. It was deciding where each of them belonged. And one decision has already been made. Today's final story is The Black Wind Corridor. 6 friends, Dylan, Mason, Carter, Zoe, Lily, and Harper, discover a mountain pass that doesn't exist on any map. The cliffs look unnaturally perfect. And the wind feels wrong. Not cold. Not warm. Just empty. Then Dylan notices something terrifying. The wind is blowing. But none of them can feel it. As the friends move deeper into the corridor, every sound disappears. No birds. No echoes. No footsteps. Then the wind suddenly stops. And for one terrifying moment, it feels like the entire world has forgotten how to breathe. 3. The wind returns wrong. Narration. The wind returns, but not the same. It moves in reverse direction, pushing against them from all sides at once. It does not behave like weather anymore. It behaves like something searching. Something alive. And inside it, shapes begin to form. The wind grows stronger. And this time, the friends finally see them. Not on the ground. Not on the cliffs. Inside the wind itself. Dark shapes drifting through the corridor. At first they look like shadows. But shadows don't move like this. The forms twist through the air like living currents. Flowing around the group. Circling them. Watching them. Dylan stares into one of the shapes. And immediately wishes he hadn't. There is no face. No eyes. No mouth. Only a shifting void where a face should be. More figures begin appearing. Dozens of them. Black ghost-like entities woven into the storm. Moving with the wind. Becoming the wind. And as the corridor fills with them, a horrifying realization spreads through the group. The wind was never carrying the ghosts. The ghosts were carrying the wind. The friends try to run. But the corridor fights back. Every step becomes heavier. The black ghosts don't attack. They copy. Every movement. Every gesture. As if the corridor is learning how humans move. One by one, the friends stop thinking. The wind moves through them. Not around them. The black ghosts begin dissolving into the air. And then the terrifying truth becomes clear. The wind was learning how to become alive. This was episode 141 of Dynamic Dark. Which story ruined your night? Tell us in the comments. The most terrifying comment will be pinned. Episode 142 is coming. Creepypasta horror stories are even darker and more cursed. Like, subscribe and press the bell icon. If you dare to step into the darkness again. Everyday new horror episode at 7:45 p.m. only on Dynamic Dark.